wasn't a crash, it was a leak. The way that I love yous grew tired and weak. I watched the color drain from your eyes, 1,000 small and quiet goodbyes. The silence moved in and took up the space. Now I'm just a stranger to your beautiful face. We stopped sharing dreams, we just shared the room. A slow burning fire in a forest of gloom. I reached for your hand, but you were already gone. While the sun was still high, you were looking for dawn. I didn't see the end, I just felt the cold. A story that withered before it was told. I kept the candle, you kept the door. I didn't know we were keeping score. Inch by inch, mile by mile, I lost the light in your breaking smile. I didn't lose you in a moment of rage. I didn't lose you on the final page. I lost you in the huddles in the morning tea. I lost you in the way you stopped looking at me. It was a slow erosion and a steady rush, turning our gold into handfuls of dust. I didn't lose you to a sudden storm, I just watched you stop staying warm. I lost you slowly. The distance, it grew like a weed between the wanting and the need. I was screaming, but the sound was dry. I watched us slowly die. I didn't lose you in a moment of rage. I didn't lose you on the final page. I lost you in the hollows and the morning sea. I lost you in the way you stopped looking at me. It was a slow erosion, a steady rush, turning our gold into handfuls of dust. I didn't lose you to a sudden storm, I just watched you stop staying warm. One day, you were there. The next, just I lost you. So slowly, I didn't even notice you leave. I loved you in the quiet quiet before the storm, and the red, I loved you when the walls were high, and when the sun left the sky. It wasn't a choice, it was a pause, something true in a world of hush. I loved you, I loved you, broke, and when the truth was a joke. I loved you in the shards and the ruins of our cards. Even when the light turned to rust, even when the gold turned to dust. The beginning, the break, and the bend. It was never a game, just a burn from the same flame. I loved you always, even in the dark. I loved you always, even without a spark. From the first breath to the final fill, I was the anchor, you were the gale. It's a burden, it's a chain, it's the blood inside the vein. I should be empty, I should be free, but I loved you always, and it's killing me. Living in the wire. And escape, no relief, just a long and heavy grief. I loved you, I saw the storm in your quiet eyes. I saw the truth beneath the lies. I knew the thorns would make me bleed. I knew the hunger and the greed. I saw the cliff and I saw the end, a broken line. that I couldn't bend. They told me right, they told me hide, but I stayed right by your side. I watched you flicker like a dying lamp in a room that was cold and damp. I saw the poison in the cup, but I still drank it all up. No excuses, no blindfold. I knew the story before it was told. I saw the exit, I saw the door, but I stayed for more. I saw the damage and I loved you anyway. I saw the darkness in the middle of the day. I knew you'd leave, I knew you'd break, but I chose the hurt and I chose the ache. It wasn't a secret, it wasn't a surprise. I watched my world die in your eyes. I was a victim and I was the prey, but God help me. I loved you anyway. Suicide in slow motion, a drop of wine in a bitter ocean. I wasn't tricked, I wasn't fooled, I was just overruled. I saw the damage, loved you anyway. I saw the damage in the middle of the day. I knew you'd leave, I knew you'd break, but I chose the hurt and I chose the hate. I was a victim and I was the prey, but God help me. I loved you anyway. My own fault, my own stain. I invited the entire rain. I loved you anyway, anyway. I was the ceiling, you were the floor. I was the lock, you were the door. I held the storm so you could stay dry. I was the ground so you could touch sky. But the balance was always wrong. I was the singer and you were the song. I counted your breath while you counted my faults. I built you a throne in the deepest of vaults. I gave you the blood from my very own veins while you just complained about the stains. I was the ocean and you were a sieve. I had so much was the fire, you were the smoke. I was the neck underneath the yoke. I was yours, you were the maybe, a grown-up man in the heart of a baby. I loved you more than the air in my lungs. I loved you in secrets, in different songs. I was the anchor, while you were the drift. I was the giver, and you were the gift. It's a bitter pill, it's a heavy truth. I wasted my mercy, I wasted my youth. I'm standing here empty and closing the door because God help me, I loved you more. Too much, never enough. I was the diamond, you were the rough. I kept you whole while I fell apart. I loved you more than the air in my lungs. I loved you in secrets and different tongues. I was the anchor, while you were the drift. I was the giver, and you were the gift. I'm standing here empty and closing the door because God help me, I loved you. The bed is made, I'm the one who stayed, and you're the one who didn't. I loved you. I've eaten the light, but I'm still stuck inside the space where your name was carved. I drink the ocean to fill the crowd, but the more I take, the more I lack. I'm a house with the furniture gone, waiting for a reason to see the dawn. The hunger is a hole. The hunger is a soul leaking out from a hidden seam, stuck inside an empty dream. including you. Oh. There's everything, including you. The map is blank, the compass is dry. Staring at a ceiling that looks like the sky. I take a step, but the floor isn't there. Just a handful of shadows and a mouth full of air. I'm looking for a home, but I've forgotten the street. Ground is moving underneath my feet. I'm checking the clocks, but the time is frozen. This wasn't the path that I would have chosen. I see people moving behind a sheet of glass. I'm all too numb. Centuries pass. I'm a ghost in a crowd that nobody sees, falling in slow motion to my shaking knees. The signs are all missing, the lights are all gray. 1,000 miles from the yesterday. I'm a signal, losing its strength, stretching out to an infinite length. I still feel lost in the middle of the room. I still feel the weight of the coming gloom. I'm looking for you, but I can't find me. Just a message in a bottle and a dead black sea. I'm a circle that never quite ends, a broken machine that nobody mends. I should be somewhere, I should be fine, but I'm crossing a vanishing line. I still feel lost. I still feel lost in the middle of the room. I still feel the weight of the coming gloom. I'm looking for you, but I can't find me. Just a message in a bottle in a dead black sea. The morning is a brew, a shade of purple I didn't choose. I thought the time would be a needle to sew the gaps in something fragile, but the thread is made of wire and the water is made of fire. The medicine is dust, the healing is just rust. I'm a house with a broken beam, stuck inside a silent scream. I thought the hurt would have an end, I thought the break was meant to mend, but I still feel pain in the empty air. I still feel pain in the clothes you wear. It's a physical weight, a heavy stone living in the marrow of my bone. I'm not sad, I'm just sore. I can't take an ounce more. My chest, my hand, it's a tide that never lands. I'm not it's a physical weight, a heavy stone living in the marrow of my bone. Close you up. It's a physical weight, a heavy stone living in the marrow of my bone. The bed is cold, but the sheets still know the weight of your shadow that refused to go. I'm breathing in the faint perfume that's trapped in the corners of this hollow room. The silence, it has your voice. I'm staying here by force, not choice. The end through the empty hole, I see your fingertips on every wall. The ghost of a laugh in the kitchen air. I turn my head, but you weren't there to haunt. Without the ghost, the thing I lost separate. I still feel the pressure of your hand in mine. I still see your outline in the morning line of the sun. Through the broken blind, your fever that won't break, a phantom limb that's starting to ache. I threw away the pictures, I burned the clues, but I'm still wearing the shape of you. I'm a hollow shell with a heartbeat that sounds like your name. I still feel the weight. I still feel the stain. I still feel everything. The sun comes, the sun goes, but the tape in my head never slows. I'm counting the cracks on the kitchen floor, waiting for the shadow of you at the door. It's a ritual, it's a curse. Each morning is a little bit worse. I see your face in the steam of the sink. I hear your voice before I can think. I'm a satellite in a dead orbit with too much grief to absorb it. You're the white noise in the back of the room, the constant thread on a broken loom. I've tried to burn the memory dry, but the smoke is stuck in my eyes. I'm a prisoner of a used to be, and you're the ghost who won't set me free. I still think of you when the house gets still. I still think of you against my will. It's a tide that comes in and never goes out. A flicker of maybe in a forest of doubt. I should be moving, I should be gone, but I'm still here where the light was on. The world keeps turning, the sky is blue, but God help me, I still think of you. A loop in the dark, a path through the park. I'm a dog on a leash with no one to hold it. A secret, even though I've told it out. I still think of you when the house gets still. I still think of you against my will. It's a tide that comes in and never goes out. A flicker of maybe in a forest of doubt. I should be moving, I should be gone, but I'm still here where the light was on. The glass is shattered, but I'm still drinking. The shit is gone, but I'm still seeking. I know the poison by its name, but I'm still leaning into the flame. My logic is quiet, my blood is wild. I'm looking for the sun in a blacked out cloud. I've memorized the way it hurts, like a stain on all my shirts. They tell me to walk, they tell me to run, but I'm still staring at the setting sun. I'm addicted to the shape of the ghost. The thing that kills him is what I need most. I'm a hollow room waiting for a guest, a beating heart with no place to rest. It's a sickness, it's a stem, but I'm still letting the winter in. I know you're gone, but I still want the way your memory likes to haunt. I know it's over, I know it's dead, but I'm still living inside your head. I'm a fever that won't cool, a broken heart acting like a fool. I should be empty, I should be blue, but God help me, I still want you. Just a touch, just a lie, just a reason not to die. I'm a house with the lights on, waiting for a dead dawn. I know you're gone, but I still want the way your memory likes to haunt. I know it's over, I know it's dead, but I'm still living inside your head. I'm a fever that won't cool, a broken heart acting like a fool. I should be empty, I should be blue, but God help me, I still want you. It's a hunger that never ends, a break that never mends. I still want you. is cold, the steam has died. I'm tracing shadows where you used to lie. I built a kingdom out of paper skin to keep the winter from crawling in, but the walls are thin and the air is thin. I'm memorizing the shape of the quiet, the heavy peace after the riot. You left your keys, but you took the light. Now I'm just a ghost in the middle of the night, staring at the ceiling, waiting for the fight. I gave you the ocean, you wanted the rain. I gave you a home, you just wanted the train. Out of this town, out of my life, caught in the tether with the dull-edged knife. I poured my soul into the cracks of us, turned every spark into a mountain of trust. I climbed the highest peak just to hold your hand, but I was building castles on sinking sand. I gave you my best, gave you my all, but I couldn't catch you and survive the fall. I guess the truth is just a layer of dust, that this love wasn't enough. Wasn't enough. There's a ghost in the hallway that looks like forever, in a box full of plans we'll never do together. I'm checking my phone for a ghost of a ring, staring at the space where you left your things. It's funny how always experience so fast. What do I do with the leftover care, with the I love yous hanging in the dead air? You took the oxygen, you took the light, and left me to bargain with the middle of the night. I poured my soul into the cracks of us, turned every spark into a mountain of trust. I climbed the highest peak just to hold your hand, but I was building castles on sinking sand. I gave you my best, I gave you my all, but I couldn't catch you and survive the fall. I guess the truth is just a layer of dust, that this love wasn't enough. Wasn't enough. No, it wasn't enough. I was the anchor, you were the sea, and you finally drifted away from me. This love wasn't enough, wasn't enough. wasn't a break, it was afraid. The color just bleached away. One morning, the coffee was quiet, the end of the piece before the riot. But the riot never even came. We just forgot each other's name. We stopped finishing the lines, ignoring the warning signs. The I love yous turned to dust, the iron turned to heavy rust. We were a mountain becoming a plain, washed away by the softest rain. Inch by inch, mile by mile, I lost the spark in your breaking smile. No shouting, no tears, just the weight of the hollow years. They fell out like a tooth in the night. We fell out without even a fight. It wasn't the gravity, it wasn't the height, it was just the fading of the light. We drifted apart on a glassy sea till I couldn't find you and you couldn't find me. It's a quiet death, a slow motion holy. I watched us fade slowly. We didn't crash, we didn't burn, we just had nothing left to learn. We fell out like a tooth in the night. We fell out without even a fight. It wasn't the gravity, it wasn't the height, it was just the fading of the light. We drifted apart on a glassy sea till I couldn't find you and you couldn't find me. It's a quiet death, the slow motion holy. I watched us fail slowly. No babe, just a hiss. How did we end up like this? I lost you between the breaths, a thousand little deaths. We slide for a ghost and a guess, but the hunger's gone with all the rest. I'm looking for keys to a house that burned, to the lessons that we never learned. The silver is tarnished, the wine is sour. We're at the bottom of the final hour. just the void where the feeling went. We didn't just break, we lost it all. The pride, the prayer, the rise, the fall. There's nothing to salvage, nothing to keep, just a hollow that's infinitely deep. The box is empty, the dead is zero. There are no villains, there is no hero. We just lost it. I'm looking at the Polaroid, filling up the aching void. We're frozen there in a summer haze, lost inside a golden maze. But the edges are starting to curl. I'm losing touch with the world. A heavy damping kick drum enters, slow and red like a clock low. Distorted synth bass hums underneath, vibrating with a cold texture. We were a story before the end, a broken line that wouldn't bend. I remember the laugh, but not the sound. I remember the sky, but I'm on the ground. We're just a flicker on a dusty screen, the ghost of a life that's no longer green. Ink is fading, the paper is dry. I'm watching the us that didn't die, but it isn't real, it isn't now. I'm forgetting the why and how and how. We weren't people, we were just frames, a collection of faces without any names, stuck in a loop of a Tuesday night, held together by a fading light. I'm reaching for flesh, but I'm touching dust, a beautiful lie that I used to trust. We weren't a future, we were just past, a dream that was never merciless. We were just memories of these. Click on, the dawn. I'm living in a museum of things I can't touch. I didn't think I'd miss the hurt this much. We weren't people, evil stains, a collection of faces without any names, stuck in a loop. We were a bridge made of hollow bone, waiting for a wind that we've always known. I called it foundation, but it was only dust, a coat of paint over heavy rust. We held the weight until our fingers bled, but the spine was broken in everything we said. In my fortress built on moving sand, holding on to smoke with a shaking hand. One little storm, one little rain, and we dissolved underneath the strain. It wasn't a crash, it was a slow fall. We were just a story that couldn't be told. The cracks were there from the very start, and the full lines of a tired heart. We went solid, we're just holding a pencil outline instead of an action. We were just stretching the pencil outline instead of an action. We were the mountain, we were the fall. Truth is, we were never strong at all. The cracks were there from the very start, in the full lines of a tired heart. We weren't solid, we were just stretching a pencil outline instead of an etching. We weren't brave, then we weren't strong, we were just holding on for far too long. A house of cards in a gale force wind, waiting for the thread to be unpinned. I called it forever, but it was just fear of being alone. In the now and the here, we weren't the mountain, we were the fall. Truth is, we were never strong at all. Torn right up, and we shattered. I guess we never really mattered. We never. For far too long, a house of cards in a gale force wind, waiting for the thread to be unpinned. And we were the mountain, we were the fall. To the tools that rose on surface. One tap and we shattered. I guess we never really let it. We were never. Engine's cold, the tires are flat. I'm still sitting where you left me at. I had the map spread out on the seat, ready to drive through the summer heat. But you didn't even turn the key. You just looked through me and walked away. A quick credit circle, high-pitched synths don't waver, like a dying light bulb. I was a project you didn't want to finish, a fire you let diminish. I was bleeding, you didn't like the sight, so you turned and chased the light, leaving me in the grave with nothing left to say. You didn't break it, you just dropped it. I was a climb you didn't want to make, a risk you didn't want to take. You saw the cracks and you ran for the door, decided I wasn't worth it anymore. You gave up on me before the first snow. You gave up on me with nowhere to go. I was the anchor, you were the chain. You cut the metal to avoid the rain. It wasn't a fight, it wasn't a war. You just didn't want to try anymore. I'm a half-written book on a dusty shelf, trying to finish the story myself. But you gave up on us. Too heavy, too deep. A promise you didn't want to keep. You didn't lose, you just quit to leave me. You gave up on me before the first snow. You gave up on me with nowhere to go. I was the anchor, you were the chain. You cut the metal to avoid the rain. I'm a half-written book on a dusty shelf, trying to finish the story myself. The words lay in your hand. I'm still waiting where I stand, but you're gone. You just gave up. The door is shut, but the lock is cold. A story that's growing old. I'm standing where the carpet's worn, in the exact spot where I was torn. You took the map, you took the key, and you left the shot of the you and me. I'm watching the dust dance in the light of a sun that can't fix the night. I'm waiting for the sound of a car that the silence too far. You walked out into the blue and left me with nothing but you. The walls are closing, the ceiling is low. I'm a garden that won't grow, just a placeholder in an empty space, looking for a ghost of a face. You left me here in the middle of the mess, in the no and the no and the hollow yes. You left me here with the oxygen gone to figure left me here. Did you forget? Did you mean to? Is there a version where I'm seen to? I'm a stain on the floor of the room by the door. Left me here. Didn't kill it, you just then maimed it, a wildfire, and you tamed it. You left a crack in the heavy door, a little light on the wooden floor. I'm a ghost with a beating heart, waiting for the second part. Said baby, you said soon, underneath the dying moon. I'm clinging to a single thread, to every word that you never said. It's a kindness that's sharper than a knife, keeping me in a half-dead life. The piano on a string, a promise and a broken wing. I'm a winter looking for a spring that'll never bring anything. You just let the hope slowly die. You left me hoping. Just let the hope slowly die. You left me hoping. At the gap in the broken trap, you left me hoping. The coat is hanging, the porch light is on. I'm still standing, waiting for the dawn. I haven't moved since the door clicked, like a clock high that's finally ticked. I'm a statue of a hope at the end of a frayed rope. The dinner's cold, the water's gray. I'm still waiting for you to say that you're close, that you're near, but the only sound is the silence in my ear. I'm a vessel in a dry dock, waiting for a key in the lock. The minutes are miles, the seconds are far. You left me fading like a ghost of a baby. I'm a permanent mark on a temporary wall, waiting for a whisper, waiting for a call. I'm a lighthouse with no ships in the sea, just a hollow shell of what used to be me. I'm still checking the time, looking for a reason or a rhyme. You left, but I'm still here. Lying exhausted and like a stay 1,000 how defending. No, it's driving to white noise, a faint, high pitch, mechanical whine sits in the background. The suitcase didn't scream, it just slipped through the seam. No shouting, no breaking of glass, just the sound of you watching us pass. You didn't fight for the end room. You just walked through the quiet gloom. I had my armor on, ready for the war, but you were already halfway out the door. I had the words to fix the break, but you wouldn't even stay for the ache. You didn't fall, you just quit and left me to carry it. No effort in your stride, nowhere for the truth to hide. You didn't fail, you didn't try, you just let the garden die. You left me here with a full heart while you were miles apart in your mind, in your skin. You wouldn't even let the healing in. I was climbing, you were letting go. I was the high, you were the low. It wasn't the end that broke me in two. It was how easy it was for you to just walk away without trying. Did I matter that little? Was the bond that brittle? One step, two steps gone. You didn't even wait for the dawn. You left me here with a full heart while you were miles apart in your mind, in your skin. You wouldn't even let the healing in. I was climbing, you were letting go. I was the high, you were the low. It wasn't the end that broke me in two. It was how easy it was for you. No sweat on your brow, just a silence in the now. You didn't try, not even once.